Thanos versus Apocalypse. Two of the most powerful villains in Marvel, two formidable titans with no problem defeating entire teams all by themselves. Well, they're going at it here today. So who's going to be the last one standing? Who will take it all? Let's find out. Ever since he was just a child, Thanos has been obsessed with nihilism and death, eventually falling in love with the physical embodiment of death itself, Mistress Death. Wishing to impress her and win her love in return, Thanos gathered an army and completely destroyed his home planet of Titan, slaughtering millions of his race. And from there, he began a search for more and more power in order to fulfill his goal of spreading death and destruction across the universe. All for his love. Thanos has strength that way outclasses even the likes of Hulk and Thor and the other Avengers, easily overpowering them and sending them flying with punches, even managing to manhandle Hulk and Thing while at the same time fighting both Thor and Hercules. So legit, four of the strongest heroes in all of Marvel, and Thanos is fighting all of them at once. He's nearly killed Silver Surfer with just a few punches. He's able to send Hulk flying miles away with just one hit. He's been able to actually fight against Thor while Thor had the power gem, and Namor has said that getting punched by Thanos is the worst pain that he's ever experienced. And Namor has definitely taken some serious punches through his life. He's kinda an easy guy to punch in the face. But the Mad Titan is so strong that he's even able to bust planets, destroying a planet in his fight with Drax the Destroyer, then bull rushing his son Thane straight through a planet, destroying that one too. And while Thanos is very strong, I think his durability puts him in a class all his own. He can take blasts from Silver Surfer like they're nothing, shouts from Black Bolt like they're nothing, take hits from Thor with the power gem, and he simply just smiles. Thanos is actually legit so tough that several heroes have said that they've broken every bone in their hand just by punching him. He's even survived gas giants and planets exploding, withstood black holes with the mass of multiple galaxies. Good luck putting Thanos down. I'm not even sure if that's actually possible. And I mean that literally. Thanos has survived blasts that legit one-shotted heroes like Hulk, Thor, and Gladiator. He's even been disintegrated down to a skeleton before and survived, quickly regenerating in the process. But Thanos isn't just limited to his physical strength and durability. He's also a master of energy manipulation. He's able to knock out the Thing with just a flick of his fingers, knock out both the Thing and Thor with just one blast, kill Adam Warlock with one blast, and has just made a habit of regularly knocking out some pretty powerful heroes with ease. Heck, he's even able to knock around Galactus with an energy blast, send him flying halfway across the moon. Of course, it didn't put him down because it's Galactus, but still incredibly impressive. He's able to create energy bubbles to trap people in or stop attacks from coming his way, and is also able to create some powerful force fields that have held up to Galactus before and have stopped both Thor and the Champion while they had the power gem. This really is one of Thanos' most powerful abilities. At the end of the day, this is all why Thanos is ranked as the Avengers' most dangerous villain, and is seen to be on par with the likes of Odin and Galactus. He's got power nearly without end, is allowed to sit at tables with the most powerful entities in the Marvel Universe, and is easily, truly, one of the best. 5,000 years ago in ancient Egypt, a child was born so terrifying in appearance that his own people left him in the desert to die. Gray skin, blue lips, features so far outside what anyone recognized as human that the tribe who found him assumed he was cursed. They left him. And that was the first mistake anyone ever made about Sabanur. He was found by Baal the Sandstormers, a nomadic warrior clan who saw something in the abandoned child worth raising. They trained him, made him a fighter. What they got back was the most powerful mutant the ancient world had ever produced. When the time-traveling pharaoh Ramatat, later revealed to be Kang the Conqueror, tried to claim him as a weapon, Sabanur was thrown into a pit of snakes to die. His powers activated. He grew. He tore through the pit, and then tore through Ramatat's army and took his name, the one he carried for the next 5 millennia, Apocalypse. Because wherever he went, that's what followed. His mutation alone has no real equivalent in Marvel. Self-atomic manipulation, the ability to control his own matter at the atomic level. He can alter his size from microscopic to building levels, increase his density to near invulnerability, amplify his own strength to virtually any level, adapt his body to any environment or threat, shapeshift every physical part of himself at will, and transmute and reshape the matter around him. Before he ever touched celestial technology, he was already one of the most physically powerful beings in the ancient world. And then he found the Celestials' abandoned facility. The Celestials, the godlike engineers of galactic life who built the Eternals, oversaw the development of human and mutant genetics and operate at a scale that makes most cosmic entities look small. They left technology behind on Earth that nobody was supposed to find. Sabanur found it. Rather than just use it, he merged himself with it, converted himself into a biomechanical life form, where the celestial tech and his mutation became one thing. The result was a being who operates simultaneously as a 5,000-year-old mutant warrior and a walking celestial weapons platform. Teleportation, force fields, energy projection at massive levels, technopathy, the ability to augment, manipulate, or steal the powers of other mutants and cosmic beings, the ability to grant dramatically amplified powers to others, which is how his 4 horsemen became the threats they are. He doesn't just choose powerful servants, he makes them more powerful than they already were. The gods noticed. Odin and the pantheons of Earth refused to interfere with Apocalypse's plans, not because they're indifferent, but because they're afraid of the Celestials' involvement. When you carry celestial technology inside your body, even the gods of Asgard are worried about you. That's a specific kind of respect that very few beings in Marvel have ever earned. What he's done with all this over 5,000 years, genuinely impressive. He physically restrained the Hulk with strength alone. He fought multiple Thors simultaneously. He took a slice from Thor's axe, carrying the most powerful enchantment he could give, specifically designed to pierce celestial armor. It barely left a scratch. Apocalypse even managed to rip Mysterium with his bare hands, metal originating from the white hot room, and stronger than adamantium. He's defeated Loki easily, he fought the High Evolutionary to a standstill, he beat 6 X-Men under 60 seconds. Apocalypse is so powerful, he's been worshipped as a god, under dozens of names across thousands of years of human history. Cable, the time-traveling son of Cyclops who's battled Apocalypse across the centuries, called him the second most dangerous thing alive. Apocalypse's whole thing is survival of the fittest, and that's not like a metaphor, that's a literal operating principle that he applies to every interaction, every decision, every conflict. He doesn't believe in good and evil. He believes in strength, and that's it. The weak exist to be tested, and if they cannot survive the test, they were not worthy of surviving. It's brutal, but it is consistent. Sabanur, the first mutant, the eternal pharaoh, the man left in the desert to die, became the most dangerous thing that ever walked out of ancient Egypt. Survival of the fittest, and he's been surviving for 5,000 years. So, who wins? Well, let's break it down. On the surface, this looks like a pretty fun matchup. 2 of Marvel's most iconic villains, both ancient, both massive, both convinced they're doing what the universe demands of them, and both willing to kill literally everyone to prove a point. But the more you dig into it, well, the more you realize this fight isn't really that close. Let's start with Apocalypse. Insabanur was born nearly 5,000 years ago in ancient Egypt, left in the desert to die, found by a warrior clan, eventually merged himself with abandoned celestial technology to become something that operates simultaneously as a 5,000-year-old mutant warrior and a walking celestial weapons platform. That combination is terrifying. He's restrained the Hulk with his bare hands and his strength. He's taken the combined attacks of every X-Men simultaneously, even including Black Bolt, whose whispers alone tear holes in space-time. He kept going. He's held his own against multiple Thors within a multiversal army. He's ripped Mysterium with his bare hands, metal from the White Hot Room that's stronger than adamantium. He's resisted the Helm of Annihilation through sheer willpower. He punched Icarus, a Prime Eternal, hard enough to knock him down. He can regenerate from a single drop of blood. And even Odin and the gods of Asgard consider him a threat. And the celestial tech that Apocalypse has, well, it's the part that you cannot underestimate. He didn't just find celestial tech and pick up a weapon, he merged himself with it. His body is celestial technology at this point. A biomechanical life form where 5,000 years of mutant evolution and celestial tech are the same thing. His shapeshifting, his energy projection, his ability to steal the powers of other mutants, all of it runs through the celestial tech in ways that just make him more powerful. Now, what about Thanos? Well, Thanos is an eternal titan born of deviant genes that made him an outsider from birth, which actually parallels with Apocalypse. Both are ancient beings who were rejected, then built themselves into something terrifying through will and ambition. The difference is really the scale at which they operate. Physically, Thanos is more powerful than Apocalypse. The first time he and Drax the Destroyer fought, well, the fight was so powerful it destroyed the entire planet they were fighting on and every moon orbiting it from the shockwave alone. He's taken multiple hits from an orbital laser that killed Gladiator, Hyperion, Hulk, Thor in single shots and walked away still standing. Namor, who can fight against Hulk and Thor, broke his hand punching Thanos. He's no-souled Blast from Silver Surfer, whose power cosmic can destroy galaxies. He's one-shotted Captain Marvel in her binary form like it was nothing. He's consistently treated the Thing, Hulk like children, nearly killed the Silver Surfer with a few punches. He's fought Thor with the Odin Force and held his own against Odin himself. These are not the same things that Apocalypse can do. They are consistently more impressive, consistently at a higher tier. On top of that, well, Thanos has a ton of other powers, strategies, intelligence that he can bring into the fight. Like, he chose one time not to fight Gladiator, instantly teleporting him 200 light years away without getting up from his chair, ended the fight. In Annihilation, he engineered Galactus as a living weapon for Annihilus, not fought him, not outwitted him, turned him into a tool. And he's done this kind of thing consistently, outmaneuvering beings above his level through prep, creativity, and just a willingness to use anything available that his opponents never see coming. He doesn't just simply punch things, Thanos just always manages to find a way to win. And Apocalypse's biggest problem, honestly, it's just that he is wildly inconsistent and jobs a lot. The honest reality of Apocalypse's comic history is that he gets beaten regularly by characters who shouldn't really be able to touch him. Like Magneto alone has been able to beat him. Namor has given him a good fight before. Characters well below Thanos' tier put him down on a semi-regular basis. End of the day here, really, Thanos is what Apocalypse wants to be when he grows up. Thanos does everything Apocalypse does, except better and on a larger scale. A similar power set, similar ambition, similar philosophy about strength, just operating consistently higher in every category. The celestial tech here is really Apocalypse's strongest and only argument. He is the tech, merged with it, running on it, amplified by it in ways that create problems. And you can argue that Thanos' energy manipulation, matter restructuring, cosmic attacks, all potentially could get adapted to by someone with Apocalypse's molecular control. The fight isn't going to be over immediately. But Thanos isn't going to come at Apocalypse in a straight fight and just wait to see what happens. He engineers the ending that he wants to the fight before the fight starts. He looks at the celestial tech, looks at the specific vulnerabilities in Apocalypse's body, and exploits them. He's done this kind of thing consistently. For as powerful as Thanos is, you can argue that his mind is actually the most dangerous thing in the fight. Thanos wins. Apocalypse is powerful, one of the most powerful and dangerous beings the X-Men have ever fought, a legitimate threat to anyone who underestimates him. But Thanos, it's what happens when you take everything Apocalypse is and build it into something that operates at a different level. Apocalypse, he's been one of the strongest beings on Earth for 5,000 years. Thanos, he's one of the strongest beings in the universe. These two guys are not the same. Thanos wins. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.